Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Fridays Let's Get Social. And today we are going to be doing New Look 6288, the skirt. I'm excited about doing this because this is just going to give me something extra to just wear around. So around the house, maybe to run to the store. So I picked something fun. I picked something that I can be like, kind of sporty looking, but not over the top. And something that, it doesn't look like I did too much, but it looks like I did just enough. So anyway, and the best thing about it is, I know I say this a lot, but this time it's true. It is not only easy, it is quick. Those are not the same things. And if you sewed with me before, you already know that. Um, but this is both easy, as it says on the pack, but it is also quick. There are a few pattern pieces. You have the waistband and you have the skirt front and back, which are the same pattern piece. And then you have the elastic guide. And that reminds me, I did not pull out my elastic, so I do need to do that at some point. Yeah, I need to figure out what did I do? Where's my elastic? I'm mad that I didn't. Okay, here we go. Yes. Here we go. Please be sufficient enough. Okay. Let me see. I don't know. We'll see. It's a little, I guess I can make it work. So I'll have to look for another piece. But we'll look and see if I have other. Because I know I have a lot of elastic. It's just a matter of figuring out where it is. Y'all see I have all these, well, you can't see, but I have all these storage bins around here. So, um, but yeah, there are three pattern pieces. Front and back skirt, that's one. Waistband, that's two. And hi, Helen. Welcome. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Waistband, that's two. And then elastic guide, that is three. That's all we have. And as y'all know, Baltimore Frocktails is tomorrow. And in normal fashion, I'm not ready. So, this so long, another reason why it will be quick is so that I could wrap up and work on my Frocktails outfit. So I'm excited about that. So if you blink, you join late, you might miss the whole thing. And for those that know me, you know that's not like me. But today is the day that might be the case. So yeah, so we're gonna get started. I've already cut out all of my pieces. The only piece that I haven't cut out is my elastic. So I'm gonna do that right now. Just use my measuring guide. This is a knit fabric that we're using. I am cutting a 16. I do think it's going to be a little bit too big, but it lines up with my measurements. So let's do my measuring tape. All right. So it's been a week since I measured myself, but let's do it. Oh, that was the right side. Okay. Okay, it was the right side. I'm just feeling a little lighter than I was last week. Um, and I am 32 and a half. I was 33 last week, so 32 and a half waist. And can I say 42 and 3/4 hips? So not maybe 1/4 of an inch off the hips and a 1/2 an inch off the waist. But so it doesn't really change too much. I am cutting a 16, like I said. And a 16 puts me at 30 waist and 40 hip. So even though I'm falling probably a little bit short, I do think this is going to end up being a little bit bigger. But it also is set to hit like 1 inch below the waist. It does tell you that it's meant to hit, so it's meant to give you like a little bit of a midriff. But you can wear it however you want. That's what I say. But I think I'll be good. So let's see. So I'm just cutting my elastic. So for those that didn't see my post, my son did come over the next day after the live, and help me figure out exactly why my screen kept flipping every 5 seconds. And turns out that I use Safari, and StreamYard does not like Safari. So if you use StreamYard, just know Safari is not your friend for StreamYard. They like Chrome. And once he did that, we ain't had a problem since. So, and then my sewing machine, it started acting up at the very end, so I wasn't able to finish it. And I tried to troubleshoot it all night. I think I just need to go to sleep, wake up, and with a fresh mind, try to troubleshoot it again. And I just basically took everything apart, not everything, but the bottom area, and rethreaded it. Well, cleaned it out, rethreaded it, and it worked. I did get an error message basically saying that there was some basically gunk inside of the machine. So I think I cleared it all out when it was all said and done, and I think we were good to go. So it worked. I was able to finish the skirt. So if you didn't get to see that, and let me see if I can slide this over here. The space will allow it. Let's see. Are you going to be my friend and allow it? Yes, you are. Okay, here we go. So if you could see, and let me just move the table down a little bit. So here is the skirt. It turned out really, really cute. So I put it on dress form so that people could see it. But I did do a video. I did try it on the video. Not for fashion, but just for like people to see. But it is cute. It is a perfect, appropriate length for like work. But also if you wanted to do something for like fun, you could definitely make it shorter. And then of course they have the longer length that is a part of the pattern. So you have that option as well. But yeah, it turned out really, really cute, and I like it a lot. Um, and like I said, I would make it again, and I actually have made it again already. And it didn't take, I made it in like an hour and a half. So although it took us 4 hours and something, I was, sometimes I'm not shocked, because I know sometimes when I make something for the first time, and that was my first thing that I have sewn since I've come back. So I wasn't shocked at all that it took me all of that time. Um, all right, well, now we're going to get started because, like I said, this is going to be very quick. Hi, Miss Alethea. Good evening to you as well. Thank you for joining. So we're going to dive right in. Like I said, this is a skirt. It's a long skirt. It's meant to fall right below the waist and go down to the ankle area. So it's pretty long. I'm short. I'm only 5'2". So I may have to make some adjustment because I do plan to wear it with flats. So I may have to make some adjustments to it. But our first step is going to be to pin the front to the back. So again, this is only 3 pattern pieces, of which one is an elastic guide. So 2 fabric pattern pieces and 1 guide. And we are basically going to open it up right sides together. There is 1 notch on each side, and you can use those to make sure that you are aligned. I'm using this fun knit fabric that I bought. Miss Alethea, I think I bought this when you had the So Much Channel retreat and we went to, this is one of the fabrics that I still have from then. I believe this is it anyway. But I am going to use clips instead of pins because with knits they just fall right out. Yes. So my next step is I'm very close. I finished my bottoms for the Baltimore frogtails, and I'm like 80% done the top. I need to finish the top. So as soon as we get off this live, I am going to finish that because it is tomorrow. Um, yeah, so I'm excited to see other people. The theme is sporty chic, which I just love that. I feel like we should do that theme back to back. You said it looks like some we all bought. Yeah, I think a lot of people did get this or variation of it. I've had it for whatever. When was the so much talent retreat? 2 years ago, right? Maybe three. So it's been in my drawer. This I have a little teeny bit left because I got a lot of it. I think I got something like 4 yards. I made quite a few things, but nothing in a minute with it. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting to the end. But I love this because it's so soft. It's got a nice little flow to it, but it's not too thin. So yeah, 2 years. Okay. I had so much fun at that retreat. I really liked it. It was small, but not too small and intimate. And we just really got to connect with each other. And I just really liked it a lot. You love the fabric. Hey, Anthony. Thank you. I really like this fabric too. Um, I think it's just super cute. But I also like that this skirt is going to be, for me, very much lounge wear, but also like I could do some errands. You say you did your t-shirt out of it that night. Yeah, I feel like there was one that was like a little bit of a different colorway, but the same kind of uh, pattern. Yeah, I was like saving this. I was like, this is coming home. I didn't do anything with it until I got home, and then I made several things. I made a shirt, a button-down shirt out of it. Um, I made a little summer dress. I did a couple things with it. I made a tank top. I gotta find the tank top. I was wearing it all the time for a bit, and now I think I done folded it away one winter, and I gotta figure out which drawer did I put it in, because now it's about to come back out, so I can wear it. It might be too much to wear with this, so I might have to. I put a needle in here. Tell me I did. I might have to just wear a black tank top with it to break it up a little bit. Yeah, so I'm excited about Frogtails. I got to figure out what I'm doing with my hair. As you can see, it's like a mess right now because I've been wearing it curly and it just grows. It'll be like so nice and calm, and then it will just grow. So yeah, I was saying earlier that I know I say this all the time, that this is easy, this is going to be quick. But this is really easy, and it is going to be quick. So I appreciate y'all. Helen and Miss Alethea, what are y'all working on today? Anything? Y'all got anything going on? Someone wise? All right. Okay, what are we doing? Just making sure this is all lined up. And then, and this is also something that you could do with your serger. I had my serger out earlier, and because again, working on my fractal stuff, and I needed to serge around, the perimeter of my fabric to make sure it was solid, no fray, all of those things. And I was like, I haven't used my serger in a minute. I had to rethread it, and I have a easy rethread, but I had to like think about it for a minute. I was like, dang, is it really been that long since I used the serger that I had to think about? And I don't even have like the brother anymore. Mine is much easier, but I had to really think about it. Like, okay. All right, I think we have it all clipped front to back. Both sides, right sides facing. And now we are going to 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. We're going to sew down the sides. This is also another one. I can't wait for y'all to see the other skirt that I made. I cannot wait. I definitely customized it and did a couple of little things. But, all right, here we go. Oh, what in the world is it? There we go. Yeah, I might end up serging this too just to reinforce it, give it a little extra support because I plan on wearing this and washing this. So it's going to need all the support. Okay, so Helen said, I'm not doing anything this week. And Miss Lee said, I've been working on my Zendaya suit mock-up. Okay, I know that's going to be nice. Hi, Rosewood. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So we are going to see how these measurements hold up because it's crazy for this pattern. When you open up the pattern, it gives you the finished garment measurements, and the larger you go up in size, the finished garment measurements and the measurements on the back of the envelope end up being the same. So that's interesting. I never saw that before where, the lower sizes, there's a difference, which means you have some ease, but as you go up, they just kind of phase out the ease, or I guess maybe they say you don't need anything extra as you get larger. And so to size 16, which is what I cut, there's no difference between the finished garment measurements and the measurements that are on the back of the envelope. So that was interesting. Again, this is knit, so I imagine that it's not going to make that much of a difference because this is super stretchy. And I don't want it to be tight. I want it to have a little bit of flow to it. So, yes, Rosewood, I am so glad that you were able to hop on too. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. these in here. All right. Almost to the end of the first side. This is long. So if you're tall, this would be a great skirt for you. I might have to end up trimming the bottom because I did not do the measurement. They do have the measurement for the back of the neck to the waist, but they really need the waist to the floor. That's the one they really need. All right, one side down, one to go. Yeah, 5/8 seam allowance feels like a lot too on this. All right. Back stitch, and actually do a little more than the back stitch. There we go. There we go. So, have y'all sewn with sequins before? Like full-on sequins? Miss Alethea, I know you have. I'm sure you have anyway. But I did today. And I was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was very nervous. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Now, it was messy. That it was. Little sequence pieces all over the place. Broken little pieces of sequence. But other than that, it was not. My needle didn't break. It didn't make, the sewing machine didn't make any crazier noises. I have to get this machine serviced professionally. I never did. Well, I made an appointment, and when they called me, I didn't respond, so I need to do it again. I got my, that's around time last year actually, when I got my little backup machine. I was like, I'm good. But that was the perfect time to put this one in the shop. So now I gotta make another little appointment, and hopefully they can squeeze me in, because as much as I love my backup, it's not my main machine. And using it now, I'm like, yeah, I need to take care of this. I'm still paying for it. So I definitely don't want nothing to happen to it. Anything to happen to it. Alright. We're down to the last bit. Do my little back stitch. There we go. And we have stitched the front to the back. And again, you're looking at it wrong side facing out, so you can't see all the beautiful design on it, but it looks good. All right, so as I mentioned, our next fabric piece is our casing. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to open up our casing. So you were asked to cut 2 pieces, and this is 2 pieces cut. And it is telling us to, with right sides together, we are going to stitch the ends of our casing together. Now you do have, let me just show you on here, it'll be easier. You have these 2 dots here. You're going to basically sew, let's just pretend this is the 2 pieces sewn together. Well, you're going to sew the 2 pieces together straight down on one side. And then when you sew the other side, you're going to leave the open between the area between the 2 dots. You're going to open. You leave it open. So you'll stitch up and then you'll stitch down, leaving this little space open. But first things first, we are right sides facing each other, going to stitch down one whole side. And again, this is the same, instructions for making a casing. So it's not anything, different. Standard casing. And I was going back and forth like, do I want to use black? And then I just decided to keep it monochromatic, all one. All right, so we have sewn everything together. Let me just do this piece really quick. I didn't sew it all the way. Why is it sewn all the way on this side? It's not on that side. I guess it's okay. All right, so right sides together, and then you're gonna take it. And then you're gonna take it, you're gonna open it up. And actually, you know what? We weren't supposed to sew this whole thing down. They want us to put the hole on this side, but I thought we were sewing the whole thing, both sides. Yes, we are. Okay. So before we open it, we're actually going to sew the other side and leave that little hole between the 2 dots open. I was moving too quick. Now I got to line it all back up. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Hey Lala, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. All right. And now we're going to sew the other end again. Just doing from here up and then from here down, leaving that little gap. And that's where our elastic is going to fit in. It's going to get in where it fits in. And that's where it's going to fit in. Choo, 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 choo. Back stitch. All right, finish that little top part. And now I'm going to go to this bottom part. Making sure my notches and my raw edges are lined up. All right, there we go. Hey, Monica. Welcome. Good to see you. So I am sewing New Look 6288. It is a knit skirt um, with an elastic waistband, no zippers, and it's a very quick sew. So, and I know I say it all the time, and I mean it every time I say it, but this time it is really true. And so we have already sewn the skirt front to the back, and now we're doing the waistband. We just sewed that. So now we are taking our waistband and we're going to open it up. So the wrong sides are going to face each other. And then we're actually going to do a basting stitch all the way around before we attach it. Let's see. Monica said, I'm sewing a quick skirt. Okay, you sewing a quick skirt, Vogue 2102. Let me look that up, see what that is. So we are lining this up, and then we're going to do our little basting stitch around just to make sure everything stays connected. So I would say if you are looking for a skirt where you can, you know, lounge in it, but also look like you're not lounging when you need to run some errands, this is it. Or you just need a beach cover up or something that you wear when, I don't know if people do this anymore, but sit on the porch and talk to your family and friends, late night, summer. Y'all remember that? Y'all probably too young for that. That's something we used to do when I was growing up. I'm saying as if I'm old. I'm not old. All right. And, all right, got my little hole. So here it is. And we are going to do a basting stitch. But first, let's see what Monica is sewing. Let's be nosy. Vogue 2102. Let me see what she's calling easy skirt. Okay, vintage. You said that too, I think. Yes, vintage. All right, let's see. Here we go. People to see. I love that. Okay, look at you. I love B. Which one you doing? If y'all could see. B is my favorite. That's all me. You said too many mosquitoes at night. Look, you ain't got to tell me twice. I do not like bugs. I just put a net on my balcony so I can go outside because the bugs is taking over. Okay? And I'm not a bug person. I don't know if you could see. Can you see that? It's like you could see it blowing a little bit. It's an invisible mosquito net, actually. Yes, B. Okay, my vote is for B. B is the winner. I love B. But yeah, I'm not a bug person. So I got mosquito net up. It doesn't block the view. I can enjoy the view. But I can also enjoy outside, and I'm not trapped in the house because when the bugs, we get seasonal bugs here. And let me just tell you something. Those things, they like the cicadas of the annual version of cicadas. They come back every year. I'm just clipping this because it's moving. And I don't want it to move even. Now I see why they're like, put that basting stitch in because this fabric especially, it will be all over the place. So I'm just going to put a couple clips in to help it stay. To help it stay. So here is a picture, actually. I got the envelope right in front of me of what we're sewing. The model, this is the model. We're sewing this skirt. And this has 4 different skirts in there. New Look, 6288. And I do believe that this entire skirt can be done on the serger. If you're really going fast and you need something quick, I do believe you could do it on the serger. Because there's no zippers, there's no interfacing. You have to do the waistband where you put the elastic in a little bit differently, but nothing major. All right, so now I'm just doing my basting stitch. And I'm doing it right at like 3/8 of an inch seam allowance because, again, I don't want to have to remove it. So it's just going to be right on the inside. Where is this going? Hey, hey friend. You ready for tomorrow? Monica, when you coming to Frocktails? Baltimore Frocktails. Are you coming? I should ask you that first before I say when you coming. Are you coming? Miss Olivia, we waiting for you too. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. But that's okay. It's always next year. So I went to a conference earlier this week and the theme was NASCAR. And I was like, oh, we need to do that for Fractals. It was, I seen these, some ladies that were dressed, they had on, you know, the little NASCAR jumpsuit with all the patches on it and stuff. I was like, with some heels, I was like, that right there is my vibe. But I think we could totally do a NASCAR theme and just dress it up. Okay. I was like, okay, I'm loving that. All right, so I got my basting stitch in. And we got our skirt. So the next thing we're doing is we are turning our skirt right side out. Here we go. Yes, look at this fabric. Look at that. You can't see it because the desk is in the way, but you will be able to see it soon. All right, so we got the skirt. Looking for my notches, got my notches. Now we're doing raw edges facing up. So here's my raw edge end. I'm just, it's at the top, but you could tell because you have your notches. And then you are going to line up your seams, line up your notches. Let's see. Yes, it is a cute Vogue pattern. That's why I say I'm loving B. I don't have it, but I would definitely make B if I did have it. B is total. I mean, all of them are cute, but B is my vibe. That's my vibe. All right. Okay, here we go. So I'm just matching up my notches first. Make sure everything is evenly spaced out. Side seams. Aisha, you finished your Frocktails outfit. I can't wait to see what you do. Oh, you know what? I think I might have did that wrong. I think I did. Okay, good. Did the same thing on that side. You say I'm about to retire my hair. Oh, retie my hair now. Okay. Yes, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. Okay. Feel you on that. Feel you on that. All right. So I am just going to seam rip my basting stitch so I could get a little bit more stretch. Where I need it, which is right in this front. Look, I'm gonna be sewing tonight. I'm not. As soon as I wrap up this, I'm gonna be sewing. I got a couple more things to do. So that's why we scheduled this one. I was like, we can't be 4 hours like last week. We got to be an hour. Where we at? 43. Okay, yep. Mm-hmm. Right on time. But y'all hung in there. Look, y'all are the real VIPs for sure. Okay, there we go. Come on. Stop acting crazy. Okay, there we go. And I think this side is actually okay. Is it? No, it's not. I'm like, this thread is strong. I couldn't even rip it with my hand. All right, there we go. I just needed to be able to stretch it a little bit because the fabric is knit and it is stretchy. Hey, Auntie Carol. Thank you. What's up? What's up? All right, let's see. All right, I think we are ready to sew on this waistband. I think I've got it all situated. So right sides together, raw edges facing up, notches and side seams matched. And let me make sure I turn this back to my regular stitch length. Okay. All right, and now we are about to sew this down. 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. That's what we're working with. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm just getting so excited. We so close. We're so close. I'm getting so excited. Again, just making sure my seams are all tied, matching. Yeah. There we go. I promise this skirt is stretchier than the waistband. I'm having to rip this. There we go. Having to rip this stitch so that it can all fit. There we go. Let's see. We're going to fix this once and for all. There we go. That's that. Oh, Miss Alethea out here doing games. I love a good game. I have to make sure I jump on next time so I can play. All right, we almost done. Hey, Shishi, what's up, girl? Thank you. I gave you a shout out on my last live for covering for me all those months. I appreciate you so much. You were the real, you and everybody who joined last week are the real VIPs because you came through and I appreciate you for it. What are you working on? What you doing? All right. Okay, everybody, I think we have sewn on the waistband. We have done that. That's what it looks like. You can't tell because it's all monochromatic, but it's on. Top 1.5 inches is the waistband. Let me see. Do they want us to do a understitch? Are they making us do that? Let's see. Underside on the outside, pin matches on the side seam, stitch. Da da da. Oh, they want us to do 2 rounds of stitches. Know about all that, but we could definitely do an understitch. or a top stitch, just to make the seam allowance lay down a little bit. So I'm just going to do that. Do I want to do that? Let me think about it. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Okay. So next thing is we are going to put our elastic in. So let me get me a nice little big old safety pin. Oh, thank you, Shishi. I missed you too. Let me tell you, I missed you. I missed everybody. I did. I was like, oh, what is my life without sewing? What is my life? Thank you. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to be returning the favor because you had a sister. You had me covered all the way without hesitation. And I appreciate you for that. I do. And let me tell you, I didn't say this on my last live, but maybe I did. I got an update from YouTube, because I haven't been on in forever. I was like, oh, am I going to get my hours? Am I going to be able to stay monetized? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all have been on it because I'm telling you, it's almost like I wasn't there. I mean, y'all was watching, and I did say it because you know what Tadri was like, I was watching. Y'all was watching. I was like, dang. I was like, talk about support and yeah. Y'all was just so supportive and I appreciate it. I do. All right, we got the band in. You say you're not working on anything right now. Okay. Okay. That's how I was for 3 months. I like literally last week. And it's so crazy. I ain't sew anything for almost basically 4 months until last week. And I've sewn 3 things in the last week. So I went from nothing to something. Actually, 4 things. All right. So we got our waistband and our elastic threaded in. And now what I'm going to do is overlap it and go back and forth. But what I actually like to do first, to be honest with you, is I like to try it on, but let me just make sure this is actually all on the right side before I do that. Yep, this needs to flip around. I knew that. I was like feeling that it wasn't right. But when I sew them together, I like to overlap it just so there's no bulk in there. And so I'm just going to do a quick little sew and then try it on. But I feel like it's going to be too big. That's just my thinking. That it's going to be too big. So I think I know I'm going to have to slim it down. I know I am. So I'm putting, again, both sides together like this. And then I'm using a zigzag across the seam. Or sometimes you could overlap them. They're flat. It's flat enough. But I like to do the zigzag across the seam. That's my... That's my favorite way. And then I just go back and forth. Didn't like that. Yep, there you go. If you could see that. Can you see that? How it just makes it like one piece. Okay. So I'm going to go put this on. And if all goes well, I can close it up. We be done. Well, we'll be done. I'll close it up offline. But here it is. So I'll be back. Surprise, surprise. It fits. I don't know if I'll be happy or sad about it, but it fits. No adjustments will be needed. Let me just put this sewing table all the way down. Hi, Carol. Thank you. I'm here every Friday. I missed you too. Thank you. Y'all make me feel so good. Okay, so you can see this. Hopefully you can, but it fits. It's got just enough room to get over my hips. So you know what's so interesting? I was wondering why I had hip measurements and why the hip measurements were so important. Ding, 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 light bulb moment. It's because it's elastic at the top, so obviously that's going to fit. But you need to be able to get it up over those hips, right? Because the elastic is going to make up for the extra. But if you can't get it over those hips, then you got the wrong size. And so I could get it over my hip. I had to shimmy a little bit because this is a 40 and I'm a 42, but I'm going to be a 40 because I'm losing weight. So anyway, it fits the way I want it. I didn't want it too tight. I wanted to have a little flow to it. And if I have a tank top that I made, a sleeveless tank top with this fabric, I think it'd probably be too busy to wear, but I might wear a black or a white tank with some little heels. It does, I got to hem the bottom. So it goes right down to my feet, from the bottom of my feet right now, it drags on the floor. But by the time I do the hem at the bottom, um, it'll be fine. It'll be right there, right above. It won't drag. But yeah, this is the skirt. It is cute, right? It's super cute and it's comfortable. It was easy. Um, but yeah, this is definitely something that I would wear. I'm trying to think. Hold on one second. See if I can find this little tank. So I had this is not the tank that I was looking for, but it'll work. Like if I was, styling it, this would be I would wear it with a black or white tank. But this is not the one I was looking for, but I thought it'll do so you could kind of get the feel. This is so cute with some little. You can even wear some little heels. I love heels. I wear heels with everything, but you can wear flats or you can wear heels. This is cute, right? So you can be like, I'm a lounge. I'm a sit out on the porch if y'all do that still. I don't have a porch, but if I did, I would love to do that. I would invite you over and be like, come on, let's sit on the porch and just chat it up all night. Or you got to run errands, or you just want to sit on the couch and watch some Netflix and chill. This is the outfit, right? This is it. This is the skirt with a little tank. This is it. What? You said now I have to sew a shirt and stay on a little longer. I got look. Let me I got finished my Frogtails outfit tomorrow, and I am not done. Okay, I am not done. So I planned this to be, and y'all know me. I say stuff is quick and easy all the time, and 4 hours later, we still will be on unfinished. So I was like, I can't take that chance. I was like, I knew it was gonna come down to the wire. So I was like, and look, there we are, 101. 101. Thank you, Rosewood. Thank you, Monica. It's a cute maxi skirt, right? So cute. I love it. Look, y'all gonna see me wear this, and I'm gonna pull out all my knit fabric, and I'm gonna have one for every day of the week. They're gonna say, "Did you just have?" No, it's different. It's different. It's different. So yeah, I still gotta do my hair. I gotta do everything, but first I gotta finish the outfit because the hair means nothing if the outfit ain't done. So I gotta finish. I'm like 80% there, and quick, right? And quick. I know. I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I'm cheating. Look, Shishi, if I didn't have Frogtails tomorrow, I would probably make a tank top to go with this. I have like my own little pattern because I make a ton of tank tops that look just like this or Razorback because I just like to wear tank tops. So this pattern is 6288. It is no zipper, no interfacing. The main thing is that you have to be mindful of is the hip measurements. That's all that matters because again, you got to be able to get this over this. I mean, for me, it's not that much of a difference because I don't got that much hip. My waist and hip is, well, according to my measurements, it's 10 inches, but according to the mirror, it's 0. So it's a square. But you got to make sure it gets over the hip. So whatever you do, get it over the hip and you're good. And you're good. Yeah. So it's 6 new looks, 6288. That is it. Less than an hour from start to finish. You can do it. And if you do, tag me because I want to see it. What fabric you did. All of the things. All of the things I want to see. So anyway, I am hopping off until next Friday. So I can finish my Frogtails outfit and then figure out what I'm doing with my crown. But I will see all of you next Friday and hopefully before some of you tomorrow. But thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me. Shishi. Love you, girl. Thank you. And all of you. See you next Friday. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Miss Alethea. Bye, everybody. Bye, Shishi. Bye, Rosewood.